Everyone, in this video lecture we will discuss the concept corrosion, which was given in unit 2 of our R19 regulation engineering chemistry. In this video lecture we will come across these topics: introduction, definition of corrosion, reason for corrosion and the effects of corrosion. Let us start with the introduction. I will ask you a simple question: which materials will undergo corrosion? Almost all materials will undergo corrosion. However, according to our syllabus, we focus only on metals. I wish to show you some metals with which you are very familiar. Let us have a deep look on the surface of that metal and how it changes from time to time. Please observe this metal. Yes, it is aluminum metal. Generally, we use these type of utensils in our house. It has a dull look here. I will give a scratch on this surface. You please observe what happens. Suppose if I give a scratch on this one, you please see here, what did you find? You found a shining metal. That means when this metal was prepared, it has this shining. Is that clear? During the time, this shining was tarnished due to the reaction with environment. So that tarnishing of this surface due to reaction with environment is nothing but our corrosion. Is that clear? Let us see another metal. Then what is this metal? You please see. Yes, it is our copper metal. For this metal also, if you give a scratch on the surface of this metal, you will find a shining metal. Please see here. What did you find here? Here also you found a shining metal. That means this metal also went into corrosion during certain period of time. By giving a small scratch, you are observing the shining metal beneath that layer. But for some metals, it may not happen so. Let us see such type of metals also. If you do the same thing with this iron, you can't observe a shining metal directly. It has a dull look, no doubt at all. Let us scratch this metal also. If you closely observe this iron metal, it is not showing a shining surface as that of those two metals. Why? Because that means it has a different type of corrosion. And hence, we can conclude one thing: corrosion happens differently on different metals. Let us consider that this is our earth. In the earth crust, we will find many metals, but all those metals cannot be found in their purest form. Generally, you will find different compositions of metals. Let me tell you with some examples. Suppose if I take iron, you generally find iron in the form of Fe2O3, which you call it as hematite, and Fe3O4, magnetite. and 2Fe2O3, 0.3 H2O. Limonite. That means in all these ores, iron is composed with oxygen. Similarly, if you take aluminium, you will find Al2O3, which you call it as corundum, and Al2O3, 0.2 H2O, which is called as bauxite. In similar manner, if you go for other metals like copper, you will find it as cupric oxide, which you call it as cuprite, and zinc as zincite. ZnO is the formula. That means these metals are composed with oxygen. Before going to discuss that, let us have a little look on the composition of our atmospheric gases. Suppose if it is 100% circle of our atmospheric gases, our total atmospheric gases mainly contain nitrogen. Nearly 78% was occupied by nitrogen. So, here let us see. This total 78% is filled with nitrogen gas. There is no problem with this nitrogen gas. You knew that nitrogen behaves like inert gas. That means nitrogen is having a triple bond, and under normal conditions it don't participate in chemical reactions. So there is no problem with nitrogen. Then this 21% is filled with oxygen. If you consider this circle, it comes to 1%. In this 1%, different gases will present, like argon gas, carbon dioxide gas, and some water vapor will present. Now let us have a deep look on oxygen. Oxygen is 21%. This oxygen atomic number is 8. Let me write its electronic configuration first. Then we will observe why oxygen always wants to participate in chemical reactions. Okay, the oxygen. Let us consider this oxygen. Its atomic number is 8. That means its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p4. I think you already knew that every atom wants to gain octet configuration in its outermost shell. Suppose if you see here, this oxygen is having 2s2, 2p4 only. So it needs 2 electrons to get a stable configuration. Is that clear? Then here if you see, all these are metals. Iron is a metal, aluminum is a metal, and copper and zinc are metals. You knew that metals always wants to lose electrons. Oxygen wants to gain electrons, metal wants to lose electrons. So if these two come together and have a contact with them, automatically metals will lose those electrons to oxygens and will form a compound. That is called corrosion. Is that clear? You can ask me a simple question that, sir, is every metal undergo such a type of corrosion with oxygen? No, there are some exceptions. That means there are two metals, gold and platinum, which don't undergo into corrosion in general conditions with oxygen. You can ask me why, sir, as we will discuss that topic in reason for corrosion. Is that clear? Let me define corrosion. Corrosion means it is the gradual destruction of metal by chemical or electrochemical reaction with the environment. You see here, gradual destruction. What it means, during certain period of time, the surface of metal will corrode. At the same time, for some metals, beneath that layer also such type of corrosion may happen. Here I wrote two words, chemical and or electrochemical. These are two varieties of corrosions. These will be discussed under the heading of theories of corrosion. Corrosion is a natural process, but we are engineers. We can design different techniques to control this corrosion, which is nothing but our lesson. Okay, let us see what is the reason for corrosion after giving some examples here. Example, just we saw this one, rusting of iron, tarnishing of silver when it left in air for some days. You will generally observe black spots on silver surface if they were left in air for some days. That type of tarnishing is also due to corrosion. Let us discuss what is the reason for corrosion. Let us discuss the reason for corrosion. You please take the example iron oxide, Fe2O3. What we need here is iron. That means you have to separate oxygen from this iron, then you will get iron. Is that clear? For that separation, I think you already come across a topic called metallurgical process in your +2 education. In that lesson, you come across different topics: smelting, calcination, froth flotation, blast furnace, and applying electrical reduction. We will do something. We give more energy to this material and nicely separate this oxygen from this iron. Finally, what you will get? A pure iron material you will gain. Here, this pure iron material acquired the energy which you have given to it for the separation of that oxygen. So finally, this pure metal is highly energetic. Highly energetic means what? Less stable. So this iron material is very stable if it is in this Fe2O3 formation. But you gave energy and separated iron. Now this iron is energetic. More energetic means less stable. That means this iron again wants to participate in chemical reaction with oxygen again to convert into iron oxide. So this is the reason for corrosion. Let me explain this concept with a small equation. You please concentrate. You please see this equation. Here we wrote M compound. That means a compound of metal. Let us say iron oxide. We discussed that it is less energetic but more stable. You gave some energy in metallurgical process. Finally, you found M, which is nothing but a pure metal. But this pure metal is more energetic, at the same time less stable. It will undergo corrosion and again forms that metallic compound. If you apply this equation to iron, here this metal compound is iron oxide. Let us consider iron oxide for this metallic compound. You gave some energy to that iron oxide. Finally, you prepared iron metal. However, since that iron metal is more energetic and less stable, it went into the corrosion and finally formed iron oxide again. So, this is the process of corrosion. If any metal undergoes corrosion, what are the effects? Let us see them also. To discuss the effects of this corrosion, I mainly concentrate on iron. 25% of annual production of iron is wasted due to corrosion. If iron material was corroded, it will get a dull look. At the same time, the value of that material will also be decreased. At the same time, if you make any machine with iron, its efficiency will be decreased if it is corroded. Not only that, if machine fails, accidents may happen. And at the same time, if you pass some toxic gases in factories through these corroded pipes, those toxic gases may leak and will come into atmosphere. Such type of disaster was happened in Bhopal. I think you knew it. So we must control this corrosion by using some engineering techniques. I wish to inform you one thing, that I noted the points in material and I gave it as a Google Drive link in the description. If you need it, please download and read. Thank you. Thank you for watching till the end.